History, arguably the single most important cultural property. It is the great unifier of all societies, from classical to contemporary. It is happening all around us, every second, every minute, every hour of every day. A conspiracy of coincidence. It creates the contextual understanding of events that affects our lives. If we are vigilant enough, we can witness it happening. If we are keen enough, we can make it happen. By understanding it, we can alter the reality of the present or change the trajectory of the future. For without history, we are without purpose. We are without identity. Welcome to the gray area where we examine history in hindsight. February 5th, 1783, Sweden recognized the independence of the United States. 1861, Samuel Goodell patented the moving picture peep show machine. 1885, Congo State was established under Leopold II of Belgium as a personal possession. 1881, Phoenix, Arizona was incorporated. 1917, Mexico's Constitution was adopted. 1917, U.S. Congress passed the Immigration Act of 1917, also known as the Asiatic Barred Zone Act. With an overwhelming majority, the action overrode President Woodrow Wilson's December 14, 1916 veto. 1931, Maxine Dunlap became the first woman licensed as a glider pilot. 1937, U.S. President Roosevelt proposed enlarging the U.S. Supreme Court. However, the plan failed. 1958, Gamal Abdel Nasser was formally nominated to become the first president of the United Arab Republic, installed by the United Nations. 1962, French President Charles de Gaulle called for Algeria's independence. 1982, Great Britain imposed economic sanctions against Poland and Russia in protest against martial law in Poland. 1988, a pair of indictments were unsealed in Florida, accusing Panama's military leader, General Manuel Noriega, of bribery and drug trafficking. 1994, white separatist Byron de la Beckwith was convicted in Jackson, Mississippi, of the 1963 murder of civil rights leader Medgar Evers. 1997, investment bank Morgan Stanley announced a $10 billion merger with Dean Witter. 2003, U.S. Secretary of State Colin Powell presented evidence to the United Nations concerning Iraq's material breach of UN Resolution 1441. However, rewinding all the way back to 1866, Congressman Thaddeus Stevens offered an amendment to Freedmen's Bureau bill authorizing distribution of public land and confiscated land to freedmen and loyal refugees in 40-acre lots. The measure was defeated in the House by vote of 126 to 37. A black delegation led by Frederick Douglass called on President Andrew Johnson and urged ballots for former slaves. The meeting ended in disagreement and controversy after Johnson reiterated his position and opposition to black suffrage, and what is now known as Jim Crow would be sustained clear through the late 20th century and still remains unrecompensed. You see, history, much like time, waits for no man. It is ultimately up to us to decide whether we choose to make it or be the reason we repeat it. However, no matter what side of it that you stand on, you can only learn from it by looking at history in hindsight.